At goal, number 3, Anthony Davis.
And hello again, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday afternoon edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, with Allie LaForce reporting courtside. A moment now to check out some numbers for Jaden McDaniel.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves, the wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 5. And for Dallas, Davis is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then there's P.J. Washington. Then it's Flagg. And it's Christie in at the 2 guard. So Minnesota will get the first possession. Clark, you've been a part of this league for quite some time. What were some of your favorite cities to visit?
Well, it's hard to not include some of the big market cities. L.A., New York, Chicago, Boston, in part because those teams were really good and they also had great fan bases and fun venues to play in. I tell you what, Edwards has a really nice, smooth release, and that shot looked in the moment it left his hand.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Now here's Randall. Pass to Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Christie. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Randall kicks to Edwards. No good on the 3.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Flagg. Defended by DiVincenzo. Pass to Gafford. Davis in the corner. Over Randall. Randall with some nice D. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Here's DiVincenzo. 11-point game his last outing. Now Randall. DiVincenzo with the screen for Randall. Hits it from 3-point range.
Randall's pretty skilled as the screener or ball handler in those sets. That's pretty good versatility on display.
Pass to Davis. Over Randall, and Davis gets it to go on the assist by Flagg.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Now here's Randall. Last game he had 10 points. Here's Edwards. Rebounded by Gafford.
Uh-oh. Changed his mind on the way up and tricked himself.
Well, year after year, Clark, we continue to see Anthony Edwards increase his scoring.
Yeah, and I like the fact that his efficiency has gone up as well, Kevin. That's a nice combination. Scoring going up and efficiency improving, and that's a problem for sure for the rest of the league. Anthony Davis, clearly a team-first guy. He's got special talent, but he's not afraid to share the ball either.
To the inside, and Edwards slams it in.
Explosive play in the air by Edwards, and perfectly timed, too, for the alley-oop slam.
The Mavericks trailing. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I was able to catch up with the head coach of the Mavericks. Coach and I talked about the difficulties playing against Anthony Edwards. He said, quote, usually you worry about his offense, but he's shown the last few years that he's a lockdown defender when he wants to be. That's something that we'll need to factor into our game plan. Ant's defense is now a concern for coaches as well. Back to you.
Allie, thank you so much. Now here's Edwards. Coming off 31 points last game. Here's Christie. Finished off the break.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Here's Randall. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
For Dallas, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Flag. And Dallas again with the bucket. Now here's Edwards, averaging 28 points a game, and it's not an easy feat for what this man does on the offensive end. Gobert, the screen. Edwards passes to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And, you know, you give Edwards credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
Outside, Davis. Pass to Flag. For the screen on DiVincenzo. Here's Flag. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Randall, a screen on Christie. Gobert in the corner. Pass to DiVincenzo. Just 5 to shoot. Another shot, and the layup is up and in.
DiVincenzo fighting hard for that bucket. Great determination.
The Mavericks leading. Now Flag. He has 6. Christie finds Gafford. Here's Christie. Edwards defending. For the finish. And finished off by Edwards.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their Connected Cam. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Pass to Flag. Back to Gafford. Clock at 6. Davis, that's for 2. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And, you know, one of the things about missing free throws is not only are you not getting points yourself, but it allows the other team to maintain momentum or keep a rally going.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. So, Clark, looking at the history of the Timberwolves, they're in the most successful stretch ever.
Yeah, you look at the first 24 seasons, Minnesota won just 2 playoff series total. They've won 4 rounds in the last 2 years alone in the playoffs. You know, what's been the key if you ask that question? I'd say having that guy Anthony Edwards is where you start.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Williams, he's checked in for Christie, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for P.J. Washington. Mavericks trail by 3. Here's Davis on the mark with the 15-footer. Davis has got his second basket of the game.
Hey, how many bigs do you know that can pull up like that and knock down the jumper? I could probably count them on 2 hands.
Here's Dillingham. Back to Clark. Outside Conley. Craps in the tray. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Williams kicks to Davis. 1:27 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Flag. Puts the move on. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Williams sends a screen for Russell. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to Los Angeles. Dillingham with it. Hasn't made one yet. Conley's shot is off. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Russell kicks to Davis. For the screen on Reed. And Davis puts it in. Davis has got 6 points.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Conley. Reed with the screen on Russell. Conley inside. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Timberwolves ahead, ending the first quarter with a massive 16-6 run. We're back after this from American Airlines Center. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far, they are hitting at a high clip.
And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
You've got Russell. Najee Marshall's out there with Klay Thompson. Then it's Williams. And it's Lively in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Inside, Russell definitely has the touch. Just pops it in nicely.
Here's Conley after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. And here is Conley outside for Randall. Drills it from outside. Randall's got the lead up to 8 now for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Here's Williams. Marshall finds Thompson. Now Lively. Out to Russell. Marshall sets a screen for Russell. Over Conley. Russell, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Randall outside. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. 8-point game. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Randall. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists in the game.
Always judicious with the rock. Conley looks to make high-quality passes to ready shooters.
So coming close to 40 years of age, Mike Conley's production has slowed down, but Clark, he is still so valuable in so many ways.
And his value comes in his production, but maybe more so in the intangibles, which are really hard to measure, but they're palpable. You feel them. They make a difference. They have an impact on the team and individual young players. I mean, he's one of the best teammates and leaders in the NBA. Always plays it within himself, has great perspective and wisdom. He's just a joy to be around and a very, very good teammate and leader.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. A different look for Dallas. Davis is checked in for Najee Marshall. PJ Washington comes in for Thompson. And it's Max Christie in for D'Angelo Russell. Timberwolves also changing it up. Shannon's checked in, and it's Edwards in for Dillingham. Here's Lively. Still yet to score. Washington with the screen on Edwards. Fires from 18, and the jumper is on the mark.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, the Dallas Mavericks are all in on defense. Coach Jason Kidd said, quote, "That's something you can hang your hat on, especially when your offense isn't going. Defense will give you a chance to win those ugly games. That gives you the opportunity to play for that bigger trophy." Back to you, Kevin.
Yeah, gotta have it. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Here's Conley, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Randall right side. Shot clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Now the Mavericks moving it up. And Davis can't get it to go.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Now here's Williams, following the miss by Michael Conley. Davis with it, picked up by Edwards. Randall against Davis. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 6. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got 7 points.
Conley, so crafty with that left hand of his. The veteran knows his way around the hoop.
Williams attacking. Washington kicks to Davis. Jacks up a 3. And Davis nails the 3.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Conley, the pass to Edwards. Reed with a screen on Christie. Outside, Reed. Pass to Conley. Three-pointer. Comes up empty here. That puts him at 3 for 6. Mavericks trail by 5. Here's Williams. Beyond the arc. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, a debate is brewing. While the NBA has pushed back against load management, saying it's an 82-game league, prominent voices on the team side countering that. With much more movement on every possession, modern playstyle places novel demands on players' bodies.
A serious challenge. Okay, Shams, we thank you for that report. And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Daniel Gafford comes in for Derek Lively. And Flagg subbed in for Williams. Now, here's DiVincenzo. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. That's to Gobert. Looking for Christie. He gets it there. Here's Flagg. Now, here's Gafford. Dallas moving it around. Davis, the pass to Christie. Now, Flagg, defended by DiVincenzo. From deep. And it's Flagg missing.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Now, here's Edwards. He's got 8 over Christie. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Boy, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
DiVincenzo passes to Gobert. Some solid defense from Gafford. Down low, here's Christie. And rejection by McDaniels.
The length of McDaniels, a big factor at both ends.
Over in the corner, Edwards. McDaniels sets a screen for Edwards. For 3, Edwards nails it.
You've got to love the way he's scoring it tonight. Very efficient.
Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Gafford.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. That 3 off the mark.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And it's Flagg missing.
He'll miss some of these from time to time, especially when he feels some pressure on the way up.
Inside, it's stolen by Davis. 3 on 3. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's McDaniels. Christie with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Pass to Christie. Beyond the arc. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
Outside Edwards. Fades away. Count that bucket. Edwards got 5 points in the quarter. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. Timberwolves lead by 2. Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
I'm here with P.J. Washington. P.J., what will be the key for you guys defensively in the second half?
Not letting them get easy routes to the basket and contesting their shots, rebounding, and not letting them get second chance points.
Comes back to the fundamentals, guys.
Allie, thank you for that interview. And now we're at halftime. And we'll be back to bring you more basketball after this.
To the center court. And get ready for the finish.
Greetings all. Halftime is upon us and an entertaining game with the Dallas Mavericks battling away.
They're not showing enough fight defensively. Take some pride in getting some stops. This is when your leader has to step in and say something.
Yeah, tough to beat a team that's shooting double nickels from the field. And next up, a look at the top performers for each team in that first half.
You watch them, they have competing styles, man. But the net effect, at least offensively, is very, very similar.
Pretty crazy how easy it is for these guys to score.
They make it look easy, Ernie. It ain't.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Dallas has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Out to the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Saturday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And Kevin, things could get ugly for this team during this road stretch. They just haven't had the same focus nor execution that we've seen from them when they're at home.
Now Christie. After Anthony Edwards missed from long range. Just 2 to shoot. Davis, that's for 2. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. You know, Clark, Rudy Gobert is often the victim of unfair criticism.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more there. I mean, that's just what people tend to do, the talking heads, if you will. I think too many times folks focus on what he can't do instead of appreciating all that he does. I mean, he excels as a rim protector, a screener, a physical presence in the paint. I mean, I think he's going to go down as one of the all-time outstanding defenders in league history.
Now here is Davis, following the miss by Julius Randle from 20 feet out. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Ice cold coming out of the half. That's 0 for 3.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Boy, at 6'4", 225 pounds of twisted cable wire, Edwards is built like a linebacker.
Minnesota shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
He doesn't get the second one.
Hey, like a lot of guys, Edwards rides momentum as a player. When his confidence is soaring, so is his activity level.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Randall finds Edwards. DiVincenzo with the screen on Christie. Here's Edwards. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Edwards got 16.
Well, I like the determination and the hustle. This guy leaves it all out there every time he's between the lines.
Pass to Flagg. Davis setting the pick for Flagg. For the tie, buries it from three-point range. Flagg's got it all tied up now for the man.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Edwards. 16 points for him.
You know, once he has the positioning he wants, he's ready for the big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
Pass to Gafford. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Flagg, defended by DiVincenzo. And it's Flagg missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now here's McDaniel. Scoreless thus far. And Gobert kicks to McDaniel. Here's Edwards. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Flagg. Drives to the hoop. And then Washington with the dunk.
You could see the landing gear disappear. Washington had one goal, and that was to fly to the rack.
Randall against Davis. Outside Edwards. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Edwards got 5 points now this quarter.
Edwards, a true scoring machine, and he is relentless. He's lighting it up tonight.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And the Mavericks making a change here. Williams has checked in. And our 2K leaderboard up on the screen now, giving you a look at the small forward position and the players with the most rebounds per game this year. Cooper Flagg, 3rd.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there and mix it up and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
I think you've got to look at their athleticism. I mean, they make up for all the size and bulk they may give away to the post specialism. And really, that's how they're able to compete in there. Athleticism gives them an edge.
Oh, here's Edwards. 18 points for him. A fader. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks, trailing by 4. Now here's Gafford. He has 6 from deep Washington. McDaniels outside. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to McDaniel. Outside Edwards. They get it back. Gobert. Randall outside. Gobert the pass to Randall. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Now Flagg. He's got 9. DiVincenzo with it. Stolen by Washington. Outside Williams for three. Got that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut to just one on the basket from Christie.
That is good offense, unselfish play.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside Edwards. Edwards drawing the double team. And Gobert kicks to Edwards. 4 on the shot clock. And finished off by Gobert.
It's too easy for him when he's that close. The defense has to put a body on Gobert inside.
Here's Williams. Still scoreless. To the paint. It's stolen by Edwards. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Lee Baz was put in just the right spot. And 12 points for Julius Randle. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves?
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
You know something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Anthony Davis comes in for Washington. Thompson, he's checked in for Flagg. And it's Russell in for Max Christie. 1:16 left to play here in the third. Here's Conley. 7 points in the game. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Minnesota. They reside in the 7th slot right now in the early part of the season. And, of course, Dallas, 6 games out.
Well, for the Timberwolves, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year anyway.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you so much. Well, Klay Thompson last season climbing into the top 5 all-time for three-pointers made and continues to knock them down for Dallas. He said, my game fits this team so well as far as stretching the floor, playing hard defense, and being a two-way guy. He's looking to add a new chapter to his legacy. Back over to you, Kevin.
A future Hall of Famer, no doubt. Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's Dillingham following the score by Dallas. Outside, Reed. Off target from outside. Mavericks trailed by 3. Thompson in the corner. Back to Williams. And Thompson kicks to Williams. To the inside. Here's Davis. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Davis has got 13. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Timberwolves on top. They lead by 1. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Jason Kidd.
One possession at a time. No offensive rebounds and help and talk to each other on defense.
Defensive rebounding, a big emphasis for Coach Jason Kidd, and something he'll obviously continue to harp on.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. If you start giving it up on the offensive glass, very few good things are going to happen to your team, and that becomes really deflating.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The 4 and 5, it's Davis and Lively. Williams is out there with Russell. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Dallas has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Russell passes to Davis. Over Randle. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
shoots a fader. It's rebounded by Dallas. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. There's Russell with the 3 to take the lead. Dillingham with the rebound. The Timberwolves leading. Outside, Reed. Now Dillingham. They set the pick. 5 on the clock. Randall no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Lively. And here's Russell, covered by Conley. Russell against Conley. And here's Russell. Outside Williams. Offensive rebound. Thompson for 3. It doesn't go for him.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The Mavericks have gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the fourth quarter underway. Here's Russell with the 3, rebounded by the Timberwolves. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Randall. Clark sets a screen for Randall. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Coming out of the break, he has been ice cold. I mean, walking without shoes in Antarctica cold.
Wow. And the slam dunk by Russell.
And finally, someone scored.
Yeah, it's been a defensive battle to say the least, partner. Good to see at least somebody got the ball in the basket. Fine.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for Dallas. And then for Minnesota. Shannon's checked in. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Dillingham. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. Now here's Williams. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Williams. Now it's a 3-point Maverick lead. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Outside Edwards. Pass to Shannon. Back to Edwards. Williams with the steal. Here's Russell. Finished off the break. Russell's got 4 points now in the quarter. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Mavericks.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy.
Pass to Williams. Russell left side. Over Conley, and the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Oh, here's Edwards. Randall outside. They need this. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
After knocking down a couple in the first half, he hasn't gotten the 3 to fall since.
Thompson passes to Gafford. Back to Thompson. Pass to Russell. Down low. Here's Gafford. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Gafford's got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here is Conley. Over in the corner, Edwards. To the middle. Here's Reed, and Reed throws it down.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Mavs.
Dallas leading by 7. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd.
Timeout.
He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. Max Christie comes in for Williams. And Flagg subbed in for Russell. Gafford kicks to Davis. Six on the shot clock. Pulls up from the corner. Gobert there for the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 7. Edwards inside, defended by Christie. Here's DiVincenzo. Edwards looking it over. Davis pulls it down. And the Mavericks with possession. Big stretch here going 10-2. Christie, a putback, saves him with the putback.
Great activity level on the boards. Impressive. Wow.
And Randall has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. Outside Edwards. Edwards drawing the double team. Deflects the pass. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
From deep. Knocks down the 3.
Well, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Now Washington. Outside Davis. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 to shoot. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Edwards. Timberwolves trail by 6. Edwards drawing the double team. He drills the 3.
Jaden McDaniels, what a moment. Huge bucket there.
Here's Davis. And he jams it in.
AD staring him down and letting him know this ain't over yet.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. Now here's DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Now McDaniel. Oh, and wide open, nails the J.
Coming up big in the clutch. McDaniels with the highlight reel hoop.
Davis inside. Handle on him. Another chance. Davis roaming the lane.
Poised under pressure to produce at the right time in the big time. AD.
40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's McDaniel. And down goes the 3.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Now, here's Washington. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's his first foul. That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Edwards with the rebound. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
DiVincenzo with it. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, he tried to go with it before he caught it. Took his eyes off of it. You can't have that at this point in the game.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
So he comes up empty, missing both. We got a timeout called from Chris Finch. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game, and he wants to be prepared. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
And they actually could take a 3 here and go for the win if they want to. I think they'll try and send it to overtime. The defenders don't want to foul in this situation, so you should be able to get a good look inside.
Launches it. The 3 doesn't go. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on the edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Let's now hear from Allie LaForce, who is courtside with our player of the game.
Anthony, it was a great team victory tonight. What satisfied you most about this win?
We just played hard. We just played for each other. The ball was moving, wasn't sticking. And, guys made the right plays. And that's what we've been doing all night, all season. And I'm just glad we came out with the win.
Selfless basketball is a beautiful thing, guys.
Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Alongside Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. And as always, we appreciate you joining us right here tonight on 2K. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Anthony Davis.